Welcome back to the channel and to the next episode of the van build. On this episode, it's the continuation of the previous water heater installation episode, and on this episode I will be showing you how I installed the plumbing and how I actually got the water heater up and running. It was a pretty detailed install, so I decided instead of having the install video 40 minutes long, I would divide it in two and have it two 20-minute installments. So this video is 20 minutes and the next one is the final video for the install of the water heater, and that's also 20 minutes. I hope you find it useful and it helps you with your own install if you do decide to install a Truma Ultrastore water heater into your van. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to give it a like and I will see you at the end. The next thing to do is to drill a hole for this drain valve. Basically, I'm going to drill a hole down through the van. It's going to be 18mm, and then I can actually attach this hose to it. This will go directly down through the floor, and that will be my drain valve. So the water that's coming from the tank in the back of the van will pass through this drain valve and into the water heater. And if for any reason I need to drain the water heater, well then all I have to do is just open up this drain valve and that will drain it. Now I've got to find a place to fit this. What I'm going to do first is use a very small drill bit and drill a hole. I'll probably put it here, where I can just put my hand in the door and switch it on and off. I'm going to drill a small hole, make sure that it actually clears, that I'm not drilling into anything under the van. I'll go outside, make sure I can spot this underneath the van, and then if it's all okay, I will drill a bigger hole, 18mm, and then I'm going to cut a bit of hose to fit down it and then secure this to the floor. That's the water drain release valve now fitted to the floor of the van. It was an absolute nightmare. It's freezing outside, raining, the end of October in Ireland, and it's not the best time to be doing any kind of outside work, but we got it. And now that means that I've got the water heater fitted, I have this water drain release valve fitted, and now all I have to do is connect the pipe from the water tank in the back and then connect it to this valve and then hook it up to these fittings here. So these fittings came with the water heater, and what it is it's a 12. So what you have is, you have clearly marked red for hot water, you have blue for the cold water, and that is a 12mm John Guest fit. It's a 12mm semi-rigid pipe, and that then goes direct into your water heater. So it actually, one end is a 12mm and the other end is possibly 10mm, because it's smaller on one end to fit into the water heater. So this is just your standard L joint, but this one is an actual, it's an emergency joint. So what you have is, you'll have your cold water running in from your water tank in the back, that will run in to the water heater, and then when the water heats up, it will come back out via this fitting. And what happens is, sometimes if the water heater heats up too much, well then this will automatically drain. So the next thing I have to do is this drain valve here, is I have to drill a hole in the floor of the van again for this drain valve. So what that does is if the water heater ever overheats, it'll automatically go down the drain valve. So instead of like exploding, it'll actually shoot back out, but it will go down this drain valve. That's the idea. So yeah, I'm very happy that these fittings came with you have a choice to select these when you purchase it from the link in the description below, and I suggest you actually click the John Guest fittings, because it saves you a lot of time trying to figure out what fittings and what parts you need for the install. So it's getting late now, so I'm gonna leave it at that for tonight, and then tomorrow I'm gonna connect up the water heater with the semi-rigid hose pipe, and then I'm gonna hook up the water heater to the 240 volt and get it working. I now have the water connected, running from the tank, the Fiamma tank in the back, through the pump, through the accumulator, which I have to actually pump up, but I'll show you how I'm going to do that. It's coming through the John Guest pipe and it's running, and I have it here, and I've put in a T-joint, and that will actually run to the sink, and then it runs from there to the drain valve. I showed you how I installed that last night, and then from the drain valve I've got a T-joint, or I've got an L-joint, and that's very, very close. There's pipe in between that. Semi-rigid pipe connecting the drain valve and an L-joint, John Guest L-joint. You can't see the actual semi-rigid pipe, but it's in there because the joint is just so close. And then it goes through there, up this semi-rigid 12mm pipe, connects onto the fitting that came with the water heater, and then that connects into the water heater. This side of the fitting is smaller than the 12mm side, so the exact same with this. The next step is to now connect the hot water. So I'm gonna run it straight down, put an L joint on it, and then run it back this way towards the sink. So now I have the cold water feed and the hot water feed. The cold water feed, which is also this clear one, because I got when I originally ordered the hosing, I was only able to get red and transparent hosing, so the transparent is the blue. So that's feeding into the water heater, and then from the water heater you have the red hose, the red feed. The next thing I'm going to do is drill a hole for this drain. This is the fitting that came with the water heater, and it's got this pressure drain relief valve for the hot water. So if the water heater ever overheats, what will happen is it will automatically drain out through this valve, and this hose came with the water heater. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this hose here like so, and then I'm going to drill a hole down here through the floor. I pre-drilled with a 3mm drill bit just to make sure that I'm happy with the location of the hole before I make the hole larger, so I can then put this tubing down from the pressure release valve. And I'm happy with the location. Now I'm going to use a bigger drill bit, and this size is a 12mm drill bit. So this should go straight down, and then we can put a bit of hammerite on around the hole from underneath. Then once that dries, insert the pressure release valve tubing down through the hole of the van. I now have the hole drilled, and from the outside you can see the light coming up. And now what I can do, put the overflow valve or the overflow pipe down through that, and there it is there. So what will happen is, if the water heater ever overheats, the pressure in the water heater will release through this pipe down through the floor. So that's why it's called a pressure release valve. It'll release the pressure in the water heater. So that's another step in the installation of the water heater and getting hot water into the van. The next step is to go under the van, cut this to length under the van, and then take it back out, give it a coat of hammerite to prevent it from any future rust, and then put back in your hose. And then what I'll do is I'll seal it up with a bit of Sikaflex around the bottom of it. So the next thing to do with the water heater is hook up the 240 volt and hook it up to the consumer unit, and this will be the cable then that I'm going to attach on the other end, on the opposite end, to the water heater. So let's give that a go. So that's the cable coming in the back, that's the cable coming through the back of the consumer unit, the white cable there. Then it splits off. You have the earth, which is the yellow and the green. You have the neutral, which is the blue. So that's going, the earth is going up to this buzz bar, and the neutral blue cable is going up to the left buzz bar, and then the live is going into the trip switch, the RCB unit, which is a 16 amp. So this is one end connected up to the consumer unit. So that means when I have an electrical hookup, I can then get power through this consumer unit, and then I'm going to connect the other end to the water heater. So this is the connection for the water heater. I'm going to connect these two cables. This is the cable this is the other end of the cable that I just hooked up to the consumer unit, and now this is the cable for the water heater, 230 volt. And what I'm going to do is use this, I think it's like a junction box to connect these, and I'm going to then secure it here. And what I'm going to do is cut this cable here, like so. That's the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you find it useful and it's going to help you with your install for your water heater. And also remember, if you've got any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below this video and I will reply to them as soon as possible. The next episode is the final episode in this water heater install. I decided to break it down into 3 episodes so as not to bore you to death. In the next episode, I'm going to install the control panels for the water heater, I'm also going to hook it up to the water supply in the van and run the water through it and make sure that it's able to run off the 230 volt from the consumer unit once the consumer unit is hooked up to a power supply, and then test that and make sure that the water heater is actually working. If you're interested to find out how that goes, make sure and watch the next video in the van build series, and that will show you how I've actually made sure that the water heater is working and I've got running hot water to the shower and to the sink. So that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure and give the video a like and also subscribe to the channel, but most importantly click the notification bell icon, and then that means that you will be the first to be notified when I post my weekly video. So thanks a million for watching, and remember, be happy, keep smiling.